Hello, you lovely people. Are you well? I hope so. I really do hope so. I've got some news. I've got some news. I don't know if you am aware, but this is actually more a personal a video blog today as opposed to business, although there might be a little bit of worky stuff in it. Who knows? You know, I live my passion, my work, everything's mixed up anyway. Um, Over the last 5 or 6 years, I've had problems with my back. I mean, I was born with a form of spina bifida, so I've always had issues. But over the last 5 or 6 years, it's gradually been getting harder and harder to be vertical. A lot of lower back pain, a lot of pain in the hips, and standing up for long periods of time is tricky. And those long periods of time became less long and then less long, and then it became short periods of time. And then come Christmas last year, something must have finally given up the ghost, and standing up for more than a minute was absolute agony. So it's not been great for the last 6 or 7 months. But 2 weeks today, today is Saturday, 2 weeks today, I have some, I'm having some major surgery on my back to rectify the problem, which is great. And I've been telling a few people about this, and it is quite major surgery. They're going to fuse two of the lower spine together. They have to go in. I'm going to be in hospital for about a week. It's going to take, 5 or 6 weeks to kind of recover, so where I can drive and walk and move around a bit, and maybe a couple of months, maybe 3 months before I'm up and running and properly the way it was, and bigger and better. And a few people have come up to me and said, Neil, are you scared? This is major surgery. And I said, no. They said, well, why not? You should be. There are risks. I mean, of course. I mean, I'm a realist. I understand these things. I'm pragmatic. Yes, there are always risks with major surgery. But I don't look at it that way. I look at, after this, I'm not going to be in pain anymore. I'm going to be able to stand up. I'm going to be able to sit up without pain. I'm going to be able to do my job. I'm able to do stuff with the kids. I'm going to be able to walk, go to the country, go on holiday, all the things that I have been avoiding doing because I'm scared I'm going to do something and it's going to hurt too much. So I am focusing on the positive stuff, that I'm going to get my life back. Now, I could focus on the very, very small percentage that something might not go as it's planned and get scared about that. But let's look at it this way. Let's say I do. Let's say I do focus on the possible negatives. In what state is my body going to be when I go in for surgery? Is it going to be relaxed and comfortable, or is it going to be tense and anxious? And if I'm tense and anxious, which it will be if I'm worrying about stuff, is it going to be easier or harder for the surgeon to do their job? If my body is relaxed and accepting and easy and doesn't hold any tension, then the will be able to get in and do what he needs to do without having to fight my body to do it. And my body will be working with him to make sure the right result happens. That's why I don't worry. There's no point. It achieves nothing. And now this is how it connects with work. Because there are a lot of people that I know who are fearful of making videos. This is my thing. You know it by now. If you've watched my videos, you know that I help people through their fear. But what is that fear about? The fear, what is, okay, let's look at the worst that could happen when you make a video. Someone will look at it and say something not nice, or it might not be perfect. Okay, so there you are, sitting in front of camera, worrying that someone will say something not nice, or they won't like it, or they'll laugh at you. And are you going to be relaxed and easy and presenting at your best? No, you're going to be like this. And how's your video going to come across? And are you more likely to create the negative comments. They don't like the way you look when you're or when you're relaxed and you're happy. There will always be risks. There will always be risks. But if you focus on the benefits, the positives of sitting in front of camera, standing in front of camera, and doing a video. So what are the benefits? And I'll tell you what, all of these benefits have happened to me by me doing videos. One of your friends sees a video and shares it on their timeline, and one of their friends gets in touch with you who've never heard of you before and wants to work with you. That could happen. Someone who hasn't seen you for a long time sees the video and thinks, oh yeah, no, I was thinking about you. They get back in touch, you meet up, you have a lovely time. What else could happen? Someone sees your video, doesn't know who you are, has no idea, but has been looking for someone exactly like you for a potential joint venture partnership. That could happen. That happens. So why not, when you're faced with something that's a little bit fearful, a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit scary, why don't you just think about what the positives, the best outcome that could be excited about that, and then it's more likely to happen than if you're, oh, really scared and really tense. So there you go. That's just my thought. So I've got 2 weeks of self-isolation. I can't say that. I've got to self-isolate, me and my kids, for the next 2 weeks leading up to the operation, because that's the rules. And what else do? Oh yes, I'll tell you what else I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to somebody else looking after me for a few weeks. Do you know what? So there's a positive. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of surgery going on, but someone's going to be looking after me and cooking my food and bringing it to me, and I can stay in bed. So there you go. You guys, you stay safe. You have an amazing day. And if you're faced with something a little bit scary today, tomorrow, in the next few weeks, think about the positives that could come from the situation and focus on them, and go to the negatives. Right. You guys have an amazing day. I'll talk with you when I talk with you next.